Ladies, hello. 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 Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nag-e-echo pa rin po tayo. Hello. Hello? Hello? Ursulong! Come on! Ursulong! May natira ba pong mic?
Sige, tol kayo muna at tumaan sa akin. Hindi sa... Tol, balik tayo, tol. Eto, wala tayong kanan eh. Sabitan, tol.
Hello? Wala nang echo sa wakas. Okay.
Sa panakanan sa Zoe kanina. Ito lang yan.
Okay, let's start. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marina Management, directors, and of course our friends from the media who are joining us via Zoom and Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us today. We're all here for the press conference of the Maritime Industry Authority to address your issues and questions about the sunken oil tanker MT Princess Empress. Joining us via Zoom, we have the Marina Administrator himself, Attorney Hernani Fabian, as well as Deputy Administrator for Operations, Engineer Nanette Villamor de Noble, and MRO NCR Regional Director, Engineer Mark Anthony Pasqua. Of course, on stage, we have the Marina spokesperson, Attorney Sharon Aledo, the Director of Marina Legal Service, and Planning and Policy Service Director Luisito de los Santos. I am Merowen Mendoza Andong from the Public Affairs and Digital Media Office, your moderator for today's press conference. But before we begin, I'd like to remind you of some important guidelines and expectations to ensure that we will have a productive and respectful dialogue. First, please ensure that your questions are relevant to the topic at hand. And second, please avoid making any assumptions or speculations. Please be respectful of the speaker and other colleagues. And lastly, please be mindful of time. We have limited amount of time for this press conference, and we want to ensure that each of you has an opportunity to ask your questions. So please keep your questions brief and direct to the point. All right? So if you want to ask questions, kindly raise your hand and introduce yourself and the media outlet you belong to. Okay po? But first, Attorney Sharon will be delivering a short statement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for joining us to this press conference as a venue to provide information to our people on the recent maritime incident involving the sinking of M-tanker Princess Empress off the waters of Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro on February 28, 2023. The Maritime Industry Authority has already commenced its safety investigation to determine the cause of this unfortunate incident, which has become a serious national concern in view of the impact of the oil spill on our socioeconomic well-being. We likewise note the series of investigations being undertaken by other concerned government agencies as well as the Senate. The Marina continuously supports all these efforts and will continuously cooperate in order for us to get to the bottom of the matter, determine liability, and hold those accountable. In the interest of time, we now proceed to the question and answer portion, please. Thank you.
All right. So who has the first question? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
You're welcome for your question. The show cause order, as we have mentioned, has been issued 1st March 2023, and the hearing was the initial preliminary conference was held last week. This is being undertaken by our Marina NCR office, and what we can tell you is that all the ship owner, RDC Marine Rail, the Service Incorporated, as well as the shipyard, the class society, the naval architect, and the marine surveyors were invited to the hearing, and it's ongoing. It's preliminary. This Thursday there will be another hearing set for that particular purpose. So ongoing pa po, and hopefully we get to clarify many things from all those key people involved, and soon this will wind up as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carmela po, Maritime Editor ng Manila Times.
Yes,
My question would be about the Oil Pollution Management Fund,
Yes.
OPMF,
Mhm.
which is being managed by Marina po, di po ba?
The administrator of the Oil Pollution Management Fund is the Marina.
Has the PCG already contacted to draw some amount from the funding?
Yes,
po?
they have, ma'am. Last March 10, we received a letter request, including also a report of the incident from the Philippine Coast Guard for the immediate containment and oil spill operations. So this has been discussed by the OPMF committee, which immediately convened after we received the request. And as of date, the amount requested by the Philippine Coast Guard has been approved by the committee, ma'am.
Last na lang po. Follow up lang. Is the owner ng Empress, member ba siya ng PISA or Philpesta? These are the companies na nagbibigay po doon. 90% of the amount doon sa funding is from them, di po ba? Member po ba yung Empress? And nagko-contribute po ba siya sa OPMF?
RDC contributes to the OPMF, but it's not a member of Philpesta. Considering that RDC operates other tanker vessels, it contributes to the OPMF, ma'am.
Good afternoon. George Kailas po, CNN Philippines. Sagutin ko lang, magkano po yung request ng Coast Guard na na-approve natin?
It's more than 33 million pesos. Cannot tell you the exact amount, but there is a list
Recording in
of
progress.
um, equipment and materials that they will be needing for the immediate containment and oil spill operations.
What is the target release, ma'am?
Actually, there is OPMF committee resolution. It has been circulated since Thursday last week, and we are just waiting to complete the signatures. And definitely, the Marina, through our accounting division, has already made coordination with our counterparts in the Philippine Coast Guard, and it will be released very, very soon.
Right.
As of end of February, the amount is about 70 million pesos.
Another follow-up, no? Kasi the Philippine Coast, well, during the Senate hearing, Marina said that yung wala pang CPC itong barkong lumubog. But the Philippine Coast Guard, well, showed a copy of the CPC na may signature from Marina. Can you shed light to this, ma'am? How come it happened na meron silang pinapakita while sinasabi ng Marina there's none?
As confirmed by our administrator in the Senate inquiry, the company has a valid CPC. It's a company CPC, but there is no CPC amendment as of yet. The matter pertaining to that supposed decision is being investigated by the Department of Transportation at present.
Alright, but looking at the document that the PCG, siguro, distributed to the media, I'm sure you've seen it. Is it authentic or not?
Our Marina NCR office has not yet issued any decision, considering that the application for CPC amendment is ongoing. As also stated by our administrator, there are still some lacking documents. And we follow a particular process pursuant to RA 9295 2014 amendments. Once the screening process has been completed and all documents, documentary, jurisdictional, qualification requirements are complied with, the application will be published, and thereafter it will be set for hearing. This process have not happened yet.
So in short, ma'am, peke po yung nabigay nila sa postcard.
It is being investigated by the DOTR.
Sir, dun sa binigay ng Philippine Coast Guard sa media, we saw the name of Engineer Mark Anthony Pascua, and he was supposed to be here. I think he's in the Zoom. Could he address this issue kasi siya po yung nakasign doon sa ibinigay na CPC or amended copy na nakadikit sa CPC?
I've been designated as the official spokesperson of Marina, but like what I said, the application for CPC amendment is with Marina NCR, and of course, the as in any regional office, NCR has the different units. So it's our franchising section in Marina NCR that is actually in charge of CPC applications and CPC amendments. So, Sir Mark is the director of NCR. So anyway, we are still looking into the matter also. And like what I said, the OTR is further investigating it. Thank you.
But
Was he ever director for franchising of Marina?
He was never franchising director of Marina.
and was it also his signature? If you could speak for him, sir. Ma'am, sorry.
Apologies, but I cannot speak for Engineer Pascua. As I said, the application is still set for hearing, so no CPC decision has come out of Marina NCR as of yet based on our records. Thank you po.
Sorry, ma'am. Kailangan ko lang sundutin. But is he in the Zoom? Maybe he could address that. Kasi yun po yung document na pinangahawakan ng PCG that they're assuming the regularity of that paper because it came from Marina and Engineer Mark was the one who signed the paper. Could we hear from him, Paya?
He's on Zoom, I believe. Meng? our apologies po. Maybe he's not in Zoom. Okay.
Hi, I'm Rafi Aing from the Daily Tribune. Ma'am,
Good afternoon.
isa pa sa lumalabas is paso na rin daw yung class society na nag-classify sa MT Princess, which is Orient Ship Registry. Kailan po napaso ang kanyang classification accreditation?
The accreditation of Orient Shipping, ORS, has been reinstated. They filed an appeal sometime last quarter of the year, 2022. And the appeal has been coursed through, of course, to the Office of the Administrator, and it has been approved.
Kailan po nalabas yung reinstatement order?
Last quarter of last year. But I cannot remember the date. But its certificate of accreditation has been reinstated.
Would you be of knowledge, ma'am, if there's some truth to the allegation na this is a converted LCT, hindi siya new building?
This matter is being investigated. Like we said, Marina has started as soon as the incident happened a series of investigations. We have a safety investigation, of course, to determine the probable root causes of the incident. Another administrative investigation now before the Marina NCR. This is quasi-judicial. And of course, another administrative inquiry, an internal probe of Marina personnel who has been involved in the from the start, from construction up to the end of from the issuance of registry and certificate of Philippine registry po.
And ma'am, lastly from me, your comment na lang sa sinabi ng DOJ na kasama na ang Marina at PCG sa imbestigahan.
Of course, sir, we are going to cooperate with the Department of Justice in the investigation they are conducting po.
Hello, Tyrone Pietro from Inquirer.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
earlier po may concerns po about oil spills sa economic impact because suspension of fishing and even tourism. So, do we have an estimate po of how much yung opportunity losses so far? And so far po, magkano rin pinagastos sa cleanup?
I think it's to address this question to the guard being the agency in charge and the incident commander for all the oil spill operations. We are not privy to any of the expenses that have been initially spent, and like what I said, it's best addressed to the PCG. Thank you.
Regarding naman po sa 33 million na request, do you think po this money is enough po? And also, tama po ba yung pagkakaintindi ko? So far po, you have 70 million in the fund. So, after nyo pong i-release to, like, nearly half of your fund po wala na. So, okay lang po ba na ganun yung level ng finances so far?
The provisions of the pertaining to the Oil Pollution Management Fund is in RA 9483 or the Oil Pollution Compensation Act of 2007. Under Section 22 po, nakalagay naman po dyan yung guidelines po na susundin sa pag-transfer or disperse ng funds. And an initial revolving fund is going to be established. Yun nga po yung request ng Philippine Coast Guard. And in the OPMF Committee Joint Circular po, nakalagay po dyan na kapag spent na almost 75% of the revolving fund, pwede pa rin pong mag-request ang Philippine Coast Guard. Ang provisions po nakalagay po dyan, 90% of the fund is going to be used talaga po primarily for the oil spill, and 10% of the fund is for research purposes and other administrative concerns po.
Nare-replenish ba yung OPMF?
The collection is done monthly. So, under Section 22, all transshipment of persistent oil nagsasubmit po sila ng CSR, Cargo Statement Report, and it is the basis of the computation of the 10 centavo levy.
Okay. Last na lang po on my end.
Yes, sir.
Kailan po natin target na ma-release yung 33 million? And also, maybe a little more details po on how will this be spent. Thank you.
Anytime within the week, we are just waiting for one signature to complete the quorum that attended the OPMF committee meeting that was convened as soon as the request was received. Basically, the list of in the request, the list contains dispersants, PPE. So, yung pong mga supplies na kailangan ng Philippine Coast Guard sa talaga pong meant for the oil spill cleanup. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, si Sir Mark po ay nasa Zoom na. Ipapaulit ko lang po kay Miss Jackie yung
Okay.
question niya kanina.
Sir Mark, if you can hear me. Jackie Manabat of ABS-CBN. I don't know the spelling also. Because dito sa paper na ibinigay po sa amin ng PCG, on the amended CPC of MT Princess Empress, your name is spelled as M-A-R-K and not what is written here, ngayon, M-A-R-C. And we would like to hear from you, kasi kayo po yung nakapirma dun sa amended CPC ng MT Princess Empress. So, could you address these questions po? Thank you po, Sir Mark.
Sir?
Shy.
Yes, sir. Clear na po.
Yes, Sir Mark. Did you hear the question po from Miss Jackie Manabat?
Ulit na medyo yung audio kasi hindi ko marinig kaya na. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear, sir.
Loud na po. Loud and clear, sir.
Pwede ko na-repeat na lang yung question.
Okay
Hi,
po.
sir. Dito na lang ako. Jackie Manabat of ABS-CBN, sir. Can you hear me?
Sige po.
Okay. Ayun, sir. Sir, I'm asking because we received the documents from PCG, Philippine Coast Guard, and kayo po yung undersigned dun sa amended CPC of MT Princess Empress. And yung nakita ko pong spelling dun sa paper na yon is M-A-R-K, but yung pangalan nyo po dapat dito sa Marina na nakalagay dun sa dapat upuan nyo here is M-A-R-C. So ano po ba yan? Parang could you address those irregularity, and did you talaga sign that amended CPC that was sent to us by the Philippine Coast Guard? Thank you po, Engineer.
Okay, good afternoon po. Una-una po, I just want to clarify that as far as Marina NCR is concerned, as far our records are concerned, wala po kaming ini-issue amended CPC sa particular vessel na Princess Empress. That's number one. Number two, wala po akong pinipirmahan na CPC for that particular vessel. So, in short po, to our opinion, to my opinion, hindi po siya, well, hindi siya authentic, so to speak. Kasi wala nga po kami ini-issue CPC amendment. At the same time, I never signed any amended CPC for that matter. So they have a application under screen application, pero wala pa po siyang nabibigay na CPC amendment. Kasi po may process po yan na dapat pagdaanan. So yan po ang aking statement for that particular question of yours, ma'am. Thank you po.
Sir, may I also verify if you are a franchising director at the time that MT Princess Empress was sailed? From the
I'm
time
sorry
it
po,
sailed?
medyo choppy, hindi ko po maintindihan. But,
Saan ba yung audio? Dito? Doon na lang po ako. Hello, can you hear me, sir? Oh, nawala po. Sorry. Pasensya na po. Pasensya na po. Hello, Sir Mark.
yes po.
Ayan, can you hear me?
Yes po, sige po. Go ahead, ma'am.
This is Jackie Manabat of ABS-CBN again. Could you confirm po or verify, are you the franchising director
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I am the Regional Director of Marina National Capital Region. I am not the Director of Franchising po. Marina Regional Director po ako ng Marina National Capital Region. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So how do you feel about this, sir? Ano pang na-forge yung firma nyo, na-forge pati yung position nyo, sir, sa Marina?
Medyo nakakalungkot po dahil po, of course, we are talking here about Marina as a whole. At the same time, we are also, okay, as much sa Marina NCR, sa mga kasamahan ko po sa National Capital Region, lubos po kaming nalulungkot sa mga ganito pong lumabas. But having said that, that is under investigation na po. Sabi naman po ng ating spokesperson na the DOTR is investigating on this matter po. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Hello,
Ayun, bumalik kayo na. Pero ipagput doon yung galing sa kanya. Pag galing sa kanya.
Sir Mark. Hello. Hi, sir. Rafi Aying from the Daily Tribune, sir. Sir, it appears na the vessel is chartered. And yung hindi sa kanila yung langis, is there any liability sa charterer? Or yung mismong may-ari lang ng tawag dito, ng barko ang pwedeng ang may liability with the oil spill po?
Sir Mark, with due respect, I'll answer po the succeeding questions. Regarding po dun sa question,
Hindi, si ma'am kasi nagsasalita, meron. Pag sa TV nagsalita, wala. Oh, balik tayo kasi siya sasagot eh.
so, to answer Mr. Ayang's question, sige lang ma'am, sige po. We cannot validate those statements po. We only have information during the conduct of our safety investigation, during the interview with the people involved, that SL Harbor Bulk Terminal is the loading port, was the loading port. Any concerns or any to validate po kung sino ang charterer, kung sino po ang charter, sino may-ari, we have no information. As I said, these are not the documents required for CPC amendment, so definitely po hindi po namin ito hinihingi, even generally in all our processes po. Thank you.
Questions pa po? Yes.
Sige. Ma'am, one more question about dun sa pinakita ng PCG. Kasi po, meron din pong nag-certify na true copy po yung paper po na yun, yung amended CPC. And the name is, it's under Marina, and the name is Feliciano Tira. Is this junior? Huh? Magtira. Is he working for Marina?
Mr. Feliciano Tira po. He has been retired, and in fact, he has passed away po. May he rest in peace.
May we know when,
He has been separated via retirement from Marina about 10 years ago, and siguro po mga 2 years ago, he has passed away.
ma'am, parang pinapakita kasi, ang obvious kasi na parang yung pangalan ng Marina, your personnel, for this falsified documents. I mean, how will you address this? Parang it's, what happened to MT Princess Empress is like opening a can of worms. Sunod-sunod na. How are you going to address this, ma'am?
Of course, we referred this matter to the DOTR, and the BCG and Marina being both attached agencies of the DOTR, the matter is for investigation of the department po. Thank you.
Ma'am, ano po yung possible liability if someone falsifies a document?
This is part of our, it's an offense, of course, pursuant to our Marina Circular 120, our Circular on Fines and Penalties. And meron din po yan fine, meron din po yung, may mga sanctions po kapag meron po kaming nakita ng mga spurious or hindi po valid and hindi authentic na mga documents. Meron din po kaming proseso para dyan po. Thank you.
Ma'am, what's the worst case? I mean, like for this, CPC ma'am yung, well, sinabi po ni Mr. Pasco kanina that it seems like hindi authentic yung document na pinapakita sa postcard. But of course, it's his appreciation. No? But siguro if nangyari nga po yun, ano po yung worst case na pwedeng kaharapin ng kumpanya?
Sa circular po namin, ano lang po yan talaga, may mga fines po yan, suspension po ng kung Maritime Enterprise yung kumpanya or kung domestic shipping operator siya, pwede, meron po siya dapat CPC. So pwede pong magkaroon ng suspension or revocation ng CPC, but of course after due process. And as of date po, this is yet to be determined. As I said po, we have referred it to the higher authorities and the department po is investigating the matter. Thank you. And if I may correct po yung sinabi ko po kanina, Mr. Tira has separated from Marina in 2020? In 2020 only. January 2020 po.
Sabay-sabay na nung
Thank you.
dapat direct-diretso yun eh.
January 2020. I think last year lang po eh. I was last year po. Yes ma'am. Just to correct my statement, he was separated by retirement in January 2020 and he passed away in 2022. Tama ba, Dave? Or 2021? We will check po to validate. Thank you.
Yeah. Ma'am, follow-up lang din, an observation sa kanya kanina. Are you guys talking? Si PCG and Marina? Since you're both under naman the OTR, isn't it like your problem is yung pinresent ng PCG? Have you guys talked? And madali namang tignan yung mga ano din eh, spurious information para din not when we ask, parang it's kind of confusing minsan.
We have a standard procedure po eh. Actually, all these vessel documents are required to be on board. So it's the responsibility of the ship owner to have all these statutory certificates on board, since they know that before sailing, they have to, the Philippine Coast Guard will conduct a pre-departure inspection.
Because I can understand yung confusion ng iba, parang kind of confusing din kasi yung mga maritime terms. Like, halimbawa, Marina, you're the policy maker. Coast Guard,
Yes.
you're the implementors, diba?
Yes.
So how do you get to the point na dapat talaga nag-usap and then you give us something concrete na sagot, pa-iba-iba or
Generally, our implementing arm po, no, yung pinaka-regulatory, issuance of certificates, issuance of licenses, these activities are done by our Marina Regional Office. The Central Office is, ano na lang po yung naka-focus sa developmental and policy making. But of course, for purposes po of pre-departure inspection, our enforcement arm is the Philippine Coast Guard, because they have the stations, substations all over nationwide. So sila po yung mga nasa pantalan. So it has been a given that before a vessel sails po, a vessel engaged commercially, before it sails po, pre-departure inspection will be conducted.
which begs the question, how do they counter check the documents presented to them, right? Knowing na yung sa report po nga na this vessel, naka 8 pa siya na voyage, I don't know, probably doing trade before itong tanker na to. And we don't have any other information as of now yet kung ano yun, was it, anong produkto yun, or para kaninong kumpanya, or what. So yun. Parang,
Yes. As I said, meron po kaming investigation, and rest assured we will go to the bottom of the matter po. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir.
Cedric Castillo, ma'am, GMA7. Ma'am, balikan ko lang yung sa penalties na banggit nyo kanina. Kasi mukhang hindi siya, obviously, hindi siya commensurate, ma'am, dun sa potential damage, or in fact, yung damage na nangyayari ngayon po. How do you remedy that, ma'am? Considering na yung falsification ng papers, pagka nahuli ka dyan, ang penalty mo lang ay fines. Pero, pag bumabiyahe ka, tapos yung damage na pwede umakos, or yung nakukos ngayon, probably in the millions po.
You're correct, sir. But this is of course subject to due process, and we are doing that at the moment. Ang sinasabi ko po kanina, our circular, our guidelines provide for fines, suspension of, or revocation of CPC. But considering po na nakalagay naman po doon kung hindi ka authorized mag-operate, as nag-operate ka, definitely po the ship owner will be held liable.
Hanggang revocation, ma'am, pwede yung penalty.
That is the case. In fact, the Marina has already issued a directive for the owner of for the ship owner of Tanker Princess Empress, considering po na meron pa rin siyang mga pag-aaring ibang vessels, they have already been suspended po. So they are no longer operating. Thank you po.
With respect to the documents, ma'am, gaano pa kaya katagal na investigation yung kakailanganin? Considering, ma'am, medyo glaring na po kasi sinabi naman ni Engineer Mark, hindi siya yung pumirma nun. Kumbaga, in layman's term, obvious naman na hindi legitimate yung papers, ma'am. Gaano kaya katagal na investigation pa yung kakailanganin dyan, ma'am? Thank you po.
Not very long. And as I said, this week meron po ulit ng hearing. Second hearing po yun. Last week was the preliminary conference. And thereafter po, masusunod po yung process natin. Meron po kaming tinatawag na Marina Revised Rules of Practice and Procedure. Nakalagay naman po dyan. After po ng Marina NCR, meron naman po tayong proseso pa po. Meron pa po tayong appeal, etc. But definitely, Marina NCR is on top of it. And they are working overtime po. Double time as well. Thank you.
Questions po?
Yes.
Sorry. Just to clarify, tama po yung pagkaintindi namin na pati yung dalawa pong existing pang mga vessels ay suspended.
Suspended as of date.
Pending the investigation.
Pending the investigation. And this investigation is the hearing with Marina NCR po.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you. Since when? Since when po yung suspension?
The directive was issued last Friday po.
Okay, since Friday.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
And again, to validate yung mga dates po kanina, he retired in January 1, 2020, and he passed away po December 27, 2022. January 1, 2020.
Questions pa po? May mga katanungan pa po ba tayo?
Buhay pa po siya nung napirmahan yung alleged, authenticated.
We are going to validate. But ito pong mga dates na binigay namin, ito po yung mga talagang dates na nangyari, yung mga sinabi ko. So we can still confirm and validate po later on. Thank you.
May tanong pa po? May tanong pa po kayo. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Ay, ma'am, magandang hapon po sa inyo,
Magandang hapon
sir.
po.
Opo, tanong ko lang, ako po si Gina ng DWWW. Tanong ko lang po kung naipatawag na kayo ng DOJ. Sabi po kasi last time, ni Secretary Remulla, ipatatawag daw po kayo para sa isang clarificatory hearing.
As of today po, we have yet to receive any notice, but we are going to cooperate po with the DOJ investigation.
May sinasabi rin po si Secretary Remulla na kung may makikitang liability, maaaring mag-file ng case sa mga agencies concerned doon po sa pagpapatakbo o operation ng shipping company at isa po ang Marina sa mga sinasabi. Ano yung reaction po?
Like I said, ma'am, we are going to cooperate po. From the news nga po, the DOJ is requesting for a clarificatory meeting, and of course, Marina will comply po and will cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
May magtatanong pa po ba?
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sino po?
Hi, I'm Lawrence from Business Mirror. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear po.
Ma'am, clarify lang po. Na-start na po bang linisin ng PCG yung oil spill? Kasi February 28 pa to, no? Mag-iisang buwan na.
From the news po, and of course, with the designation of an incident commander for the oil spill, naglilinis po sila kaagad pagkatapos po malaman yung tungkol sa na meron na po talagang oil spill. And of course, as I said, for more details po, better to refer our questions po to the Philippine Coast Guard. Thank you.
But the 33 million that they're requesting from the OPMF, saan po gagamitin yun kung nagsa-start na sila maglinis?
Of course, ayun pong mga equipment po nila at iba pa pong mga supplies. Like I've mentioned, may mga dispersants. Of course, kailangan po nila ng protective equipment, PPEs. So ito po yung mga nakalista po na kailangan po nila for the immediate oil spill operations po, clean up operations. So this has been approved, as I said, and the fund the requested amount will be released soon as it has been approved by the OPMF committee. Thank you.
So ma'am, gaano katagal pa yung itatagal nung clean up given this 33 million request, no? And is this 33 million pesos enough para malinis na talaga yung oil spill? Kasi ang laki no feeling, I have a feeling that it's quite big yung magnitude nito, even though you haven't given us any economic impact on the oil spill.
We have yet to determine yun pong whether they would need more. As I mentioned earlier, ang sinusunod po nating guidelines dyan ay yung Section 22 of RA 9483 at meron naman din pong corresponding na OPMF Committee Joint Circular po yan at yan din po yung nakalagay. Kasi nakalagay po sa IRR na 90% of the OPMF will be used for oil spill cleanup operations. So, ngayon po, as we speak, we cannot determine as of yet yung kung gaano katagal. And as I said, it's siguro po, it's better and more appropriate to refer this matter to the Philippine Coast Guard being the agency in charge po of the oil spill cleanup operations. Thank you.
Alright, thank you ma'am.
You're welcome po.
Hello, ma'am. Isa na lang po.
Sige po.
May record po kayo. Ilang taon na po yung barko na MT Princess Empress? Kailan po ito ginawa? At ang kapasidad po nito?
Based on our records po, the year built was 2022.
Gaano po ang kapasidad ng barko?
Meron po tayong mga medyo technical ma'am na mga questions po yan, ano po, at yan po ay atin ding kasama na rin po yan sa, syempre sa records po ng ating fact-finding team at saka yung administrative inquiry with the Marina NCR. But as I said, 2022 po ang year build nito and local construction po ito dito po sa ating ginawa.
Oo, ma'am. Sabi po kasi, na-inspection niyo po ba yung barko, ma'am? Dumaan po ba sa inyo? Kasi po ang sabi ay galing sa scrap. Sabi po ni Secretary Remulla.
Of course, ma'am, if I may just give you a brief discussion of the process po. Yan po talaga from the start, from construction. Yan po yung regulatory oversight din po ng Marina. Simula po sa construction, marami po yung kinoconduct ng mga survey at inspection. Bago pa po kuhan ng Certificate of Ownership at saka Certificate of Philippine Registry, and of course, the safety certificates po, inspections and survey po are being conducted by Marina po.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma'am.
From UNTV.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Harry Ilagan from UNTV.
Good afternoon, sir.
Opo. As of now po, ngayon po ba, nagkaroon na po ba ng mga alternative route itong ating mga shipping lines? Kasi po, di ba, marami pong affected na areas po, di ba, na nadaanan. So, meron na po bang ginawang alternative route ang Marina?
Our franchising service po is looking into the matter. We will be coordinating po doon sa mga ship owners din po, of course, na naapektuhan po yung kanilang CPC approved routes para po sa magawan po ito ng solusyon. Dahil nga po, of course, medyo malawak po yung sakop ng oil spill. Thank you, sir.
Follow-up question na lang po.
Yes po.
Ilan po bang hall po ang meron doon sa empty premises po?
Double hull po siya. Double hull, double bottom po.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. From SMNI.
Hi ma'am, sorry late. Siguro,
It's alright.
oo, natanong ko na po siguro to, pero hingi lang sana ako ng konting sound bites. Official statement lang ng Marina regarding doon sa statement ng DOJ that we are now under probe na rin po dito sa oil spill.
Yes, ma'am. I repeat po, Marina will comply po with any notice of clarificatory meeting to be conducted or to be called by the Department of Justice, and Marina will cooperate po with their investigation.
Pero on our part po, wala po tayong pananagutan or anything po na masasabi ng mga investigating body na meron tayong pananagutan accountability doon sa oil spill.
Marina being in charge of all the regulatory issuance dating po sa mga vessels po na lumalayag po sa ating mga karagatan. And as I said, meron din po kaming sariling investigation. So that is yet to be determined, but we will very much cooperate po.
Pero as of this moment, ano natin doon sa MT Princess Empress? Ano na po ba, may pinataw na po ba tayong mga sanctions habang ongoing po yung ginagawa nating investigation?
Yes, ma'am. As I said, the vessels of the company RDC Marine Real have already been suspended since Friday, and they can no longer operate po. Since Friday po.
Thank you, Attorney Shai. There's question from Mr. Eloy Calimoso via Zoom.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Kanina po.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Loud
sir.
and clear.
Kailan po yung naging delaying noong MT Empress?
Killing po is 2020.
2020, bago talaga. So, na-erase na yung issue ng scrap. Pero how come 3 weeks after the incident, parang hindi pa rin ginag-confer with PCG as to who issued the amended certificate? Diba under the President's directive of one whole government approach in any problem, ay dapat nag-usap na kayo first week pa lang, first 3 days, pag may mga ganong issue.
We are looking into the matter, sir, and as I said, ni-refer na po natin ito sa Department of Transportation, so we are coordinating naman po, sir.
So hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin linaw yun. Kung fake yun o hindi.
Hopefully, sir, we can also again request the DOTR po sa status po ng investigation, but But as I said, hindi naman po ito ini-ignore, but it's under investigation po of the DOTR.
Thank you.
You're welcome po.
Questions po? Last two questions po.
Again po, with regards to the inspection of the vessel, before siya mabigyan ng permits or anything, I know it was during the height of the pandemic. Was the inspection po face-to-face or virtual?
During the height of the pandemic in 2020, we had an administrative order because of course of the effects of the pandemic, we would like to curb the spread. The first survey po was done through remote inspection following our guidelines for the same. But subsequent inspections and surveys are already done physically po on board the vessel.
Last question po. Anyone po from the group may question po?
Hello po.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello po.
Yes, good afternoon. Naririnig na po ako. Sorry. Lynn Bacani from Marina World.
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. Good afternoon po.
Yes po. Clarify ko lang po ulit yung sa Certificate of Philippine Registry, no? Yung sa CPR ng MT Princess Empress. Pag ganyan po ba, yung sa seaworthiness ng barko, lahat po dyan under na dyan sa inspection before sila mabigyan ng CPR?
Yes, ma'am. The COC, Certificate of Ownership, and Certificate of Philippine Registry, ma-issue lang po ito sa isa pong bagong barko pagkatapos po ng lahat po ng survey and inspection po. So, after po nung registry natin, then mai-issuehan na po siya another series of inspection po for purposes of issuing safety certificates naman po before pa po yung kanya pong Certificate of Public Convenience.
So meron pong mga testings na ginawa para po mag-prove na talagang kumbaga seaworthy yung barko. At kasi po parang lumalabas nga na they failed kasi lumubog po eh. So hindi po sila talaga nag-ano dun sa requirement.
Ma'am, we follow po a process here. Dahil nga po ang shipping po ay talaga pong medyo technical po yan, we follow the International Safety Management System. So, ito po ay very technical, but ito po ang talagang yun pong kanyang governing document po, yung kanya pong document of compliance, at we follow po the IMO International Safety Management System po under the SOLAS. Thank you.
Yes.
Alright.
Sa CPC, ma'am, pwede po maging very specific po tayo kung ano yung kulang nila, kung bakit hindi po sila sinasabi nga nabigyan ng CPC, kung yun po yung sinasabi ng Marina na talagang wala ka pong in-issue dun sa amended.
Yes, ma'am. Ang kulang po nila ay qualification requirements. So, under the 2014 amendments, there are three sets of documents that have to be complied with. First, of course, is the qualification requirements. Kapag kulang ka po dyan, kahit po yung documentary requirements mo, meaning yung safety certificates, and even yung jurisdictional requirement, even the publication po ay kahit complied. But if you have not complied with the qualification requirements, then hindi pa po tapos ang kanyang pag-comply, meaning sa screening process po na ginagawa po ng ating mga regional offices, nakikita po kaagad ito. Yun po yung una nilang chine-check. Then afterwards, saka po iniisa-isa yun pong mga documentary requirements, which includes the COCPR, safety certificates, coastwise license, etc. So, load line, etc. Ito po ang mga certificates na ini-issue po ng Marina para po, bago po mabigyan ng CPC o makapag-amend ng CPC ang isang kumpanya.
So definitely wala pong temporary CPC na ini-issue.
Under our rules po, we issue provisional authority or special permits. But in this particular case, no PA or SP has been applied po by this company prior to operations po.
Ano po yung basis ng initial investigation sa kumbaga kung yung ship ay talagang new building or refurbished?
Meron po kaming mga rules, of course. But as I said, continuous po yung aming investigation, including po yung aming internal probe. So everything po is being looked into, and we can only validate po after the results of of these investigations. We wish not to preempt po any result that will come out after the conduct of these investigations, ma'am.
Sorry, Mama, last question po. On the insurance, sa inyo po ba nanggaling yung statement na $1 billion insured po ng BNI yung company?
This is based on the PNI certificate po that they submitted as part of the requirements po for CPC amendment. And on the face of the certificate po, nakalagay po doon ang coverage po is 1 billion. But as I said, $1 billion. But of course, we follow the process po under 9483 on limitation of liability. Thank you, ma'am.
So ma'am, could you say na, kumbaga, alanganin na po yung insurance na yan kasi kayo mismo sa Marina, lumalabas na may forging ng documents and hindi talaga sila nag-issuehan ng talagang totoong CPC.
As to the insurance, ma'am, hindi pa po yan conclusive. Bali po, coordination with the PNI is being undertaken by the ship owner. And as we also heard from the news, and as we have received information from the ship owner, coordination po with the PNI is being made at yung din pong PNI nagpunta na rin po doon sa ating mga affected communities sa Oriental Mindoro, ma'am.
Alright, thank you po. Thank you po, Ms. Lynn. Last question po from Dennis from Manila Times. What are the safety nets to ensure that the OPMF is used properly by the implementing agency? They require action plans as well as time frames or milestones before the release of any OPMF amount. Thank you, ma'am.
Considering that an oil spill, of course, is an emergency, so our RA 9483 provides that as soon as there is determination that there is an oil spill, the OPMF is activated. Pero meron po siyang mga safety nets, of course, the collection and of course the expenditures will be subject po to our usual Commission on Audit rules and regulations po. And it's also stated there that 90 days after po the wrapping up of the oil spill operations, magre-report po ang ating Philippine Coast Guard, complete po with documents and invoices. Thank you po.
Thank you so much. So that concludes po the Marina press conference for
Thank you very
today.
much.
Thank you so much, Attorney Sharon Aledo. Thank you so much, Director Louie, and our friends from the media. Maraming salamat po. Good afternoon.
Maraming pong salamat for coming over. Thank you po.
Recordings